Alrighty, so good morning, Miss Hoffman's class. Today we're going to be going through a really fun activity, and we're going to be learning about money. I know we talk every morning in our daily routine about money. However, this is going to be a special activity just to make sure everyone understands what we're talking about. So up here we have the image of our first coin. Can anybody describe what it looks like to me? Okay, so it's coppery, it's brown, it's pretty small. Can anybody tell me what the name of it is? Awesome, it's a penny. And then can somebody else tell me how much it costs, so the value of it? It's 1 cent. So it's 1 cent. And then we have an even bigger coin here. Anybody tell me about it? Okay, you remember that from our social studies lesson we learned that Thomas Jefferson's face is on this coin. Perfect. It's a little bit thicker than the other coins. That's awesome. Okay, and you know the name of it is a nickel. Awesome. That's an M. Nickel. Perfect. All right. And how much is a nickel in value? It's 5 cents. Alrighty. Now we have a little bit, at the beginning we had a pattern of we were starting small and then getting bigger, but now we have a super small coin here. It's really thin. It is silver again, like the nickel. It's a dime. Awesome. Fantastic. A dime. There we go. And how much is a dime worth? What's its value? How much can you give it for? How much does it cost? 10 cents. Perfect. Then we have our largest coin. It kind of is a weird pattern, right? So we go small, bigger, very small, and then the biggest. And George Washington's face is on this one. Does anybody remember the name of this coin? It's a quarter. Fantastic. Quarter. And then, does anybody else know the value? It's worth 25 cents. Alrighty. Now, we have this. And it's not a coin. What's that? It's a dollar bill. Fantastic. It's a $1 bill. So how much is it? $1. Perfect. And if I asked you to make $1 out of quarters, how much would it be? 4 quarters. Out of dimes, 10 dimes. Out of nickels, 20 nickels. And then out of pennies, 100 pennies. Perfect. So I'm going to draw a line here that says 100 cents, 20 cents, 10 cents. Oh wait, I'll go with 100, just so we don't get confused, because I got confused there a little bit. There we go. There we go. And then 10, and then up here we'll have 4. Perfect. Alrighty, so let's go with any random number between 0 and 100, 84. Can somebody come off to the board and represent 84 for me in the different coins? Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and these are all dimes. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and these are pennies. Fantastic. Does anybody know a different way to get 84? Oh, that's even better. That's a fantastic idea. So we have 3 quarters, 75 cents, okay? And if we had a dime, that's too much, right? That's 10 cents. We need 9 cents. So we could do 1 nickel. There we go. 5 cents. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 pennies. Perfect. So we got to 84, both with 8 dimes and 4 pennies, and with 3 quarters, a nickel, and 4 pennies. That's fantastic. I really love that we're looking at different ways to get to this number of 84. Let's try something else. $1.20. What was that? Oh, that's a fantastic question. So she asked if it's better to do one or the other when looking at that 84, whether it's better to do 8 dimes or 3 quarters. Well, it really depends on what you have. If you have 3 quarters, then I would go the 3/4 route. But they all get to the same thing. So, $1.20. What's one way we could get there? We could have $1 bill. Perfect. I'll put a $sign in there. And then 2 dimes. Fantastic. Alrighty. What's another way? 4 quarters. There we go. And then 2 dimes. Awesome. So both ways we got to $1.20. However, both ways we got to $1.20. Even though we used $1.20 or 4 quarters and 20 cents, we still got there the same way. Or we still got to the same answer even though we went a different direction. Alrighty. We'll do one more just as an example. Let's do a crazy number like 65. There we go. Okay. So we can have 6 dimes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 10 cents each. And then we have 1 nickel. That's 5 cents. Perfect. Or we can use 65 pennies. I'm not going to draw out 65 pennies, but we could use that if we needed to. And it's important to know all the routes you can get to a number. Even though it might be faster to use the 6 dimes, if you don't have 6 dimes and you only have pennies, you need to know how to count all of your 65 pennies, right? Okay, perfect. So in the basket on the table right there, we have a little short quiz to see what you remember from what we just talked about here. I'm going to take this off the board so I can see what you're actually learning. And then after you're done that, we're going to have a really fun activity where we get to watch videos and you can buy your own candy and drinks. There's a special drink here for you. I made a check with Ms. Hoffman to make sure this was okay. So, Ms. Hoffman and Ms. Holly, if you look at the email I just sent you, it has the pre-assessment on it. That looks like, there we go. This, so on this assessment, I'm asking the students to write down the name, the value of all of the coins, and then if they, here we go, there we go. If they remember who's on the coins, they can add that as well if they'd like, but they don't have to. Okay, so I don't remember exactly what I had for the numbers on my lesson plan. However, on this sheet of paper that we'll have at the kidney table, it'll have all of the values for anything that they would want in their snacks and their drinks. So the options will be, there will be 21 bags of popcorn, and then there will be a large bag of marshmallows and a large bag of chocolate chips. They can buy the bag of popcorn and then add in a scoop of chocolate chips and then a scoop of marshmallows. And then for drinks, they can get one drink. It's either water, Capri Sun, or a very, very small can of Sprite. And so once they've turned in their pre-assessment, I would ask all the students to come up, grab their candies, and what they have to do in order to get these is count out the different coins that they would need in order to get there. So I'll have 4 different Tupperware containers with the different coins in them in order to make sure that the students aren't confused. So for example, if somebody wanted popcorn, I'd ask them to put the popcorn coins up first. Okay, 1 quarter, perfect. And then I'd ask them to make the chocolate chips coins, and then they'd have to make 43 cents with the coins that are on the table. And if they wanted to add marshmallows, they'd have to make the 86 cents, so that we're not adding them all up together, because that's not the purpose of this lesson. Is just to see how well they can count the individual cents. Alrighty, so once they've counted all of these, we would watch the videos I have on the lesson, as well as hopefully some Go Noodles about money. And then I would ask the students to go back to the desks because we're going to do the coupon activity. Perfect. All right. So, for an example, I'll have bread. Alright, so this is one of our coupons. So we have the image here, we have the word bread, and then we have how much it costs. This is purposeful scaffolding specifically for ELL students to have the picture and the word and the number all together, just in case. And so we would have this coupon, for example. So the students would flip it over, and they would draw how many cents they would need and what coins they would need to buy this. They would put those all together, and then I would ask them to write down why they chose these items. So there would be 1, 2, and then 3 coupons. And I'd ask them to put them all together and then write why they chose those items. Are they going on a camping trip? Do they just really, really like the items? Are they going to share them with their sibling? Did they see them and be like, oh my goodness, I know that Annalise really likes this, so I'm going to get it for her, or something like that. And then I would collect all of the coupons with the explanation, and everybody has their name on it. And then that would be the end of the lesson.